my name is Ololade Ajayi. I'm the founder of the Dohs Cares for Vulnerable Women and Children Foundation, an organization that caters to the voices of survivors and victims of sexual and gender-based violence. And today on the Dohs podcast, the Documentary History podcast, I have somebody with me in the house, somebody special, who is a survivor turned advocate. I'm going to let her introduce herself.
My name is Joy Oluwatoyin Adeboye. I'm a recent graduate of philosophy. I'm a feminist and advocate for women and girls' rights.
We are card-carrying feminists. Thank you so much for coming to the Dohs podcast.
Thank you, Mar.
Today, we want to speak about an issue that pertains to child sexual abuse, psychological abuse and other forms of abuse, and how survivors oftentimes are gagged. Survivors are often told to keep quiet, especially when abuse happens within the family, and people tell them, well, this person is a family member, is a relative, is a mentor. Why don't you be quiet about it? So today we are going to be breaking the cycle of abuse by speaking up about an abuse situation that happened to Joy when she was a little girl. And, as usual on the Dohs podcast, we give hugs, we let people tell their stories, we laugh a lot, we cry with them if need be, and then read them a poem, bibliotherapy, so that they can, get some form of trauma healing through literature. So, Joy, I'm going to hand over the mic to you, and I want you to speak a bit about your background, how you happen to come to live in that abuse environment.
Thank you so much for that question, Lolade. I sincerely appreciate you. And it's a long story, sincerely, but I will try to be very brief as possible. And I won't tell anyone out there that your abuse or the situation you find yourself is predestined. That is, it is by fate. It is not so. We are not meant to write negative. I don't see that as a negative story, but no one wants to be a victim. But life happens at times. I am from a family of 7. I grew up in a Christian home, from a perfect and wonderful Christian home. I grew up with my mom in Kwara State, and at some point, I think when I was in JS2, I had to live with my dad because we relocated to our own new location. So I started staying with my dad there. I think about a year later, my dad was sacked at his place of work. Obviously, as the breadwinner of the family, things will not go well. Then my dad said, okay, follow me back to Kwara State. I said, no, I can't go back. It will affect my mental health, live in a better environment. You can't compare a well-developed environment to a less developed environment. I can't go there. I'd rather struggle for myself to stay here, and I believe with time you will get a good job, then you're going to come back here. So I started staying alone at our family house here at Ogun State. I was staying alone for some time, and there was a day, I think around February 2016, a man came home to attack me at night. He has been stalking me on the street, and because we had a church, there was a church at our family house that was going on there. I spoke about it. I told my family, and it became a church issue. This one, that one, and one of my church members was like, this girl, this is not safe for you. Let's pick you up. It was from a genuine intention, from a good intention, because sincerely they were loving people. They were loving, they were kind people. They picked me up, and when I was in SS1 too, my mom was struggling to pay my school fees. I almost dropped out of school. But looking at that situation, they had to rescue me, and I was brought to their home. They were taking care of me, and that was how I found myself in a new environment, different from my own father's house.
Somebody wanted to sexually abuse you somewhere.
Yes, my daddy's house.
In your dad's house?
He came home to attack me at night, but he was not able to come into the house.
Okay. So then this family, this other perfect Christian family, now decided to rescue you from that abuse situation.
Yes.
Okay, let's go on. And then when you got to the new Christian home, what then happened?
So when I got to the new Christian home, they called my dad that we want Joy to be staying with us because when I started staying with them around April, they checked out my attitude. This girl, she was a good girl. I can do house chores, and I was free with them. They were loving people. I said, okay. In fact, I was very happy to stay with them because as a child, when you are growing up, you need parental love, which I had lost for some months. So staying with them, in fact, I find the place more comfortable than my own parents.
Oh, wow.
For you to know how loving they were. So around July, there was that same person I stayed with is a very loving person. She has spiritual daughters and sons, and I was one of them. So this one of the spiritual daughters says that my husband is coming back from London, and just for him to come and stay with you for some time, pending the time went by, everything will be perfect and okay. And that was how he was welcomed into the house. So when he was welcomed, everybody loved him. He used to teach us scripture. He teaches us the word of God.
The husband that came back from London?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know if I can mention his name.
No, please feel free.
His name is Daniel Olusegun Oluwaseun.
Daniel Olusegun Oluwaseun.
That is his name. So, he was a very loving person, sincerely. He loved children. When I say children, because he was a youth leader in the church. So anybody that is a youth leader in the church, you have these leadership wings of embracing everybody.
Okay.
And for me, that even the kind of home I'm coming from, I stayed with my dad. When I was staying with my mom loved me more. But staying with a man, that kind of relationship between mother and daughter is different, not of father and daughter. Is different. So when I got there, he was very close to me. I was open to him. I told him about my experience, the reason why they brought me out from where I was staying alone to stay with them. I was not the only child in the house. We were 5.
Yeah, there were 4 that children.
None of us were 5 of we.
Oh.
3 of my guidance children and 2 other girls were teenagers. They were living with me. So I was not the only one. We were 5. None of us were even up to 17 or 18. We were still children there. Okay. And we found trust in him, we found love in him. We don't watch film on his tablets. He was sincere with us. Okay. So, I don't have any sexual exposure. I don't have any kind of orientation about even sex. I don't even have anything about it at all because I was this indoor girl all the time. I was not exposed. So, there was a day like that. That was August 3rd, 2016. He gave us his tablets for we to watch a movie. We used to watch comedies on his tablets. He told me, Joy, pointed at me. And I'm this very outspoken girl. I'm very, out of all my siblings, I'm the most outspoken person. You know, when someone come home at night to attack me, and I was having that boldness of even speaking, of telling him this is what is happening. That is for you to know that I was not a dullard.
You're not timid.
I was not timid at all. I was not struggling from low self-esteem. So that night, when we finished watching a movie, that was around few minutes to 11. No, I think thereabouts. It was late at night. Then I took the tablet to his room. Immediately I entered. He's a very tall, huge, very tall and huge. He just jammed the door. I was not even scared of relocking the door. The next thing is screwed. There's this security that they can use lock at the back.
Yeah.
He just locked it up. He stood at my front. I said, brother, leave me, let me go. I said, if I shout. And the next thing, he held my hand and started using my hand to touch his penis.
Okay.
That point of that particular point, it was as if I was about to die. The next thing, he pushed me on the bed and pinned me to the bed. He said, if I shout, I'm going to indicate myself, that I should know that I'm the one that came to his room. I was struggling at that point. Then the next thing, he just threw me out of the bed. I was 14 years old when this happened. He just threw me out of the bed. And I was able to escape. That night, I could not sleep. I could not sleep at all.
Of course.
I couldn't even, my mental state was just scattered. I've been suffering from mental health disorder because of my education, staying alone. My dad is not available for me, family. And that is happening to me again.
Okay.
I was bittered.
Wow.
And that was his fourth
That was the start.
That was the start. So, in my own curiosity, the other girl that was staying with us, I'll be withholding her name because she's also a survivor.
Yeah, that's okay.
I called her, told her, this is what Daniel did to me. Because she did not believe in me, she went to tell this man.
Wow.
Beyond telling this man, 2 days after I confronted him, I said, I'm going to report you to my guardian. I'm going to tell them what you wanted to do, what you want to attempt to do with me. This man told me, if I ever tell anybody, they are going to pursue me out of the house. I said, they will pursue me out of the house. So, what's this man? He didn't school in Nigeria, so he believes he's very smart. Maybe probably something cyber security or something tech in security. So they know how to. I don't even understand. This man started using this young lady, this young teenager. He started using this girl against me. And started telling this girl should be interrogating me, asking me questions. All of a sudden, they were having morning devotion. And they brought up the issue, this one, that one. And my guardian said, me? I said, they're not treating me well. I said, me?
I was doing divide and
the man was like, if I'm not treating you well, then let's return you back to where you came from.
So he was feeding your guardian wrong information about you, so that it was a tactic to keep you quiet.
Quiet. Probably when they push me out of the house, I won't be able to speak. That day, I could not defend myself. I could not talk. With the fact that he had attempted to rape me before, I could not talk. That same place, my presence, they called my dad on the phone. They should report me. About there after like 1 week or few days, my dad came back to their house. My daddy beat me. Whoa. He beat me to the point of death.
Whoa.
This is not just beating.
Whoa.
He beat me.
Why? Why was it beating?
Because they said I insulted them.
Oh, because you insulted your guardian.
Which I never did. It was this Mr. Daniel that went to tell my guardian. What I never did. He instigated this girl that was staying with us against me. What I never did.
Oh.
From there, I started struggling with low self-esteem. I started believing that even though I talk, nobody will hear me.
Will believe you because you spoke up to somebody and nobody believed you.
Nobody believed me.
Did you tell your guardian about the abuse situation?
We are going there. We are going to get there.
Good.
So after that time, my parents begged. They begged and they said, okay, it is fine. I think after like a week or 2 weeks, I traveled for a church program. Then before I came back, the other girl that was staying there, she had left. They returned her back.
The girl that he was using against you?
Yeah, I don't know the reason why they returned her. I don't know the reason. Because I know they are rich enough to take care of every one of us.
Okay.
I don't know the reason. But she just chose to leave.
Okay.
Though she has been staying there for some time. But she just left. Then when she came back, I felt so bad. Not knowing that this girl had already, the whole truth was just unfolding months after. In fact, the truth unfolded after when I left. I just knew that this man was tormenting me. He tormented me to the extent that he told me to my face, if you can see what, this is just a punishment for you. That my daddy beat me on what I did not do. After that, this man, he will always assault me. he will always abuse any opportunity he has with me. Forcefully, not even by consent. There was a day I was...
The sexual abuse then happened afterwards?
The sexual abuse continued after when this girl had left.
Wow.
One of the... it comes to struggle. There are days in my room, because the door of my room is facing the sitting room. It's a very big house, facing the sitting room. The zone is by the corner like this. So whenever everybody has slept, and I used to work all through the day, I domestic chores, I take care of the children. So most times I would have been very tired. I would just sleep off. Even the door handle, if I could remember properly, that the handle was fixed more than 3 to 4 times of my staying there.
It was breaking down your door.
I don't even know what it was. I was even, because we have children in the house. I was also thinking maybe it's the children that do spoil, that do spoil it. The other day he's going to come into my room. He's going to be pressing my breast with his hands on my. I was very tiny. I was more thin than tiny than this before.
I mean, you were a teenager, so of course.
14. There are days he's going to. I can remember I used to wear one boxer like that, yellow boxers like that. He's going to come to my room, putting his penis in my mouth.
My goodness.
There are days he's going to put oil on my vagina, just as 14.
So he actually raped you?
I'm going there. I was a child. It's not just easy for you to just penetrate a child like that, just at once.
So he was taking his time.
He was just taking his time.
What a monster.
There are days that whenever my guardian are not around, he will just call me out, just call me that I should come here. I'll be telling me to watch porn movie with him. That was the first time I ever seen porn movie. It was on his tablet. I could not talk. I could not speak. There was a day I was struggling with him in the house. This is part of the mark on my hand. His fingernail.
My goodness,
this is
it's still there.
It's still there till now.
Wow.
He keeps fingernails, so it was a very deep injury. And when my guidance wife saw it, Joy, what happened to you here? I said it was chicken. She said, we are not always careful. You are a girl. You should not be having injury all over your body at all times. For you to know, she even really cares about my physical look. When I was going to the house, I used to use Goya oil to cream my body. It was in their house I knew that there's a cream called PS. There's a cream called Dohs. And I was going through all these things. It was torturing me. He said, even though I speak, nobody's going to believe me.
Wow.
So, the day he finally had his way, everybody had gone to school. I'm always the last person to leave the house. We leave at 7:30. My guardian, we have to take our children to drop our 3 children at school before she will start going to her own place of work. So she has to leave the house at least 3 minutes to 7 or 7 o'clock. This man, I noticed he came out from his room around 7:10. I was really dressed up in my school. I do wear this private school's uniform. That's why we have to talk in, dress corporate, wear my hat. My school bag is always at the sitting room. So I would have, because they say we are prepared for the children, they say we are prepared for school. She would have told me at night, Joy, you and your younger ones, arrange your bag. My food and the one that is going to dish she doesn't even, apart from cooking, just take anything you want in the house. So there was luxury for me. I was not suffering. But this man was victimizing me inside the house. He was victimizing me because he knows the reason why I came there. He knows the reason. He called my father a poor man. I am crying because I am trying to dig up this issue. That day, I was dressed up already. He attacked me in my room. He attacked me in my room and raped me as a child. I was only 14 years. He did that to me. I kept blaming myself to today that I could not tell anyone. I can never forget. And apart from that, I remembered I called my mom on phone that than this man, because he was very kind to me. So I don't tell my parent that. I don't tell my parent from home that Daniel, this man is this man. He was a very loving person. I don't tell my mom from. There was a day I called my mom on phone that this man Daniel, he is threatening me. He's threatening me. My mom said, not that my mom did not show concern. She did. She was like, tell your daddy and your mommy. Tell them this is what is going on. Tell them. And there has been an initial case before when they wanted to return me back to my parents. My mom said, okay, if you know you cannot tell them, I'm going to call them by myself. I'm going to tell them myself. I said, okay, no problem. I don't know whether I should call them or she did. I'm very sure she didn't call. I didn't mean she called them. I believe that they are going to do something. But the fear in me. And I always tell parents, please, even if it is a boy child, teach them
to express
themselves. Teach them to express themselves. When I was at secondary school, then there was this one of my very close teacher. He was a mentor to me. He was an Igbo person. I do tell. In fact, he tried to ensure to know where I was staying, at least to know my then guardian that this is what is happening to what is happening to a child under your roof. This man is molesting this girl. Before then, that girl that was staying with us, after when she left, because she was to transfer to another government secondary school, so they needed a result from the government school she was attending here before she can transfer to a new government secondary school at Abeokuta. This girl came back to collect her result, and she called her, "Oh, brother, are you home? Let me come and visit. I came to do something here." He said, "Okay, don't worry, you can come up to greet me." And when this girl got home, the only thing that saved this girl was because
she was on a period.
Rather. It means this man did not only abuse me, he abused 3 teenagers.
The same girl that he was using against you?
Against me. I'm going to get to that part of the story, how I found out that this man assaulted this girl. It continued, and 26th of October 2016, we do keep chemicals at home for spraying the environment. I wanted to kill myself.
Wow.
The pain was too much for me to bear.
My goodness.
I said, since nobody believed me, since nobody listened to me, I'd rather die. I don't know what stopped me. I don't even know what stopped me. Then, after that day, he said, if I just kill myself, like a chicken. I just waste myself. The next morning, this man will still carry Bible at the sitting room.
Okay.
Teaching us the word of God. He is a beast. I'm sorry to say.
Very sorry. And I could understand you totally breaking down, because I know that the mental torture rarely ever goes away. I mean, it happened how many years ago, and look at how strongly you still feel about that. And you were a child. No child deserves to go through that kind of torture. Especially now, you even attempted, you spoke up, and still no one believed you. It must have been...
Apart from speaking up, because this man, when he kept doing that to me, I attempted suicide 26th of October 2016. Then the time it was successful was December 10, 2016. That's within a single year.
Suicide?
Suicide, yes. So that's why I'm living with this scar on my body till today. It was a fish oven for fried fish, so we didn't use gas. I knew so well the gas was leaking. I just wanted to die. And also the shame. I was like, if I talk now, won't they return me back to my father's house? Won't they return me back to my father?
And you wanted to be there because you wanted to go to school. And you know that your father could not afford to send you to school.
So that day, immediately, I lighted it. That day, okay, my guardian told me I should go out to go and check because that was part of the business they were doing to also support the family. She told me to go and check the fish oven outside. It was raining. They were watching Holy Ghost service on Dohs TV. That was how I went outside. I was wearing a black gown. I lighted it.
The oven.
The oven. I've never seen a blast before in my life. It blasted and the force. Normally, the gas supposed to hold me down, but this one threw me away. It threw me away. That the distance between the oven and the fence was not so much. I used my forehead to hit the fence.
Wow.
On my skin, it is treatment that made me. It is treatment.
The bones, the bone parts.
The treatment, it makes it better like this. I was burnt. During this time, this family too, the father-in-law was not the father to the mother died. The father to the husband too was not so well. A lot of things was just coming on board during this period. My home too was coming on board. They started rushing me. They rushed me. The distance of the hospital was very far. As I was going to the hospital that day, I was praying. I don't even know anything else to say. I begged for my life. I was feeling the heat. When I say the heat was as if they put me inside a burning coal. That was the way I was feeling. It was as if all my body was burnt. The gown I wore melted on my body.
The gas.
It's melted on my body.
Cylinder leak, which you lighted. I can imagine how horrific that
He
must have
left our house December 7. The night he wanted to leave, he raped me.
My goodness.
And he doesn't do it with the fact that maybe at some point, you have always been abusing me, leave me. I was always struggling for myself at all times. And there was a day there was in the middle of the night. I don't know, maybe my guardian wife was praying because she's a very prayerful woman. Then she came out to the sitting room. It caught him at the entrance of my room. And she said, Brother Dan, Kilemwa, what are you looking for at this hour of the day? He said, I went to drink water in the kitchen. I cried. I said, why did this woman catch this man? I cried. Because I could not talk. I was helpless.
Because you believe that even if you told them, you will cook up a lie, and your father will come again and probably come to beat you up because they didn't believe you the first time.
Nobody was even listening to me at all. Even the girl I told, you told this man framed me up for what I never knew about. It continues and continues and continues until March, when he finally left.
Wow.
So the first time I ever told my guardian that he had sought, in fact, I had even left their place. Leaving their place. After when he left March, I think I left around June, July. Okay, before then, around April period, I went for children camp, and that was when they brought a Christian organization, like people that what they do, they educate people on sexual abuse. And when this woman started talking about rape, I was as if everything she was saying there that day was about me. After the program, I went to meet her. I told her, this, and this is what is happening. And she just laid her hand on me like this. She said, Holy Spirit will inspire you to speak. Since that day, I never had the rest of mind again. I was damaged. I was sincerely damaged. And I also want to say this, that what this man did to me almost led me to prostitution. It almost led me to prostitution. I was not doing it because of money. If I'm doing something because of money, you say because poverty is pushing you to do it. I was not even doing it because of money.
You just wanted a man to sleep with you at all times.
That's all. That's like nothing more. And I don't love them.
It's an after effect of sexual abuse.
And I don't love them. Not that I was committed to them. I was not committed to any one of these men. I became so brutal. Even when I started staying with my dad, I became so defensive. And my guardian was like, this is not the joy that lived with me. I became a changed person entirely. If a man talks to me anyhow, I will give you back. If you attempt to shut me down, I'm going to speak. After then, and I reached out to that girl, that same girl that lived with us, because I was not having access to social media. When I was there with them, there was a small phone. Whenever I needed the phone, could even browse. It was a very small one pin phone like that. The screen was not so good. I reached out to that girl. I was not asking her. I said, what I told you about what Brother Daniel wanted to do to me then, did you tell him? She said yes and no. I still have the chat till now. She said yes and no. I said, do you know that what this man wanted to do to me then was rape? I insulted this girl, not even know that she herself, she was already a victim. She said, Joy, this life is not difficult though. When I came out to collect my results, he wanted to kiss me. What saved me? That means probably the man touched her vagina to see.
To know that she was on a period.
On a period. That was what stopped him. Before I left, my neighbor's daughter, she's very busty, like she's very big. She has this rapid growth. But all of us during that time, I was 14. The other girl was 15. Then the third girl was 16. 14, 15, 16. That was the age we were all during that time. And I asked her on the WhatsApp chats that, did you ever tell this man? And that was when she started splitting the whole truth to me. The other girl too told me that she said she stopped coming to our house because Brother Daniel attempted to rape her. He said he even smooched her breast.
In short, Daniel was a serial abuser. Sexual abuser.
He was a sexual abuser. Now, when did I have the confidence?
And a pedophile.
And a pedophile, because I was 14. So, after when I left, that I told my guardian that this is what I told them. He abused me. I told them. So, they were very pained. In fact, she was shocked when I told her, because she was actually suspecting this man, like, oh, this man cannot be. There was a day he was playing too rough with me, and the woman even scolded that. Hey, Brother Dan, stop this kind of play with this girl. Please stop. My guardian, although had a girl child, she was about 8 or 9 years old then. Anyway, I take this girl along. Anyway, there was a day that
just so that you will not abuse her.
She was playing rough play with this girl. I called the girls to come to my room. I called her, come here. See, sit down there. You must not go anywhere again.
Okay. Now that, after when you now told your guardian about it, what then happened?
So then, because I also had my elder sister too was around during that time, so I told my elder sister too about it. My elder sister too she was naive. She was crazy about it. That what kind of nonsense is this? This one, that one. My sister collected his number, called him on phone. This man told my sister that he never had anything to do with me. I was the one that is always forcing myself.
Oh my God.
For a child that did not even have any exposure. I was the one that was always forced. That was what she told my sister. When my guardian called him on phone, that this and this is what Joyce said. Come, let's meet. Initially, he had told me before that. He had told them before that he wants to come to Mushin. That when he wants to come to Lagos to come and do 1 or 2 things. And I don't even know what he's coming to do, but he was coming to Lagos during that period and he was to stay at our place. But because he perceived that I had told them already.
Oh wait! After all that, he had the audacity to want to come and stay in your house.
Before that was before I opened up to them. Before I opened up, they say he called them last week. That he's coming this week. He was coming after when he had left. Okay. He had left totally. He was like, he wants to come and do something in Lagos. Then he had to come and stay over with them. So when he perceived that one of us that he had abused must have informed them about his act on us, he did not come again. We just thank God for technology. Now, if somebody is speaking, you can easily put your phone on record, or even the call. You can easily record the conversation that person that is having with you. He used different private lines to call me on phone. He said, "Do you think you can talk?" He even used somebody else's phone to call me.
And he was still trying to threaten you to shut you up.
He did the same thing again. So because of this, My guardian called my mom because I was not free with my dad, so I can't even tell them. He will still fault you. He will still. In fact, right from when I went back to meet him, I have always been going through more mental beating, more mental torture. I was not at peace with him at all in the house.
That's so sad.
So when my mom came around, my mom was invited, and because of the threats, I withdrew my stand that he only assaulted me, he did not penetrate me. Even despite the physical assaults that I reported, what was done? Nobody was paying attention to the fact that this girl could be under threat. A girl that could take years. Even our parents, Cicely, they need SGBV education. They need SGBV education. It was when I dive into this field, my mom started understanding that she had failed her girls in some aspects. Some things she did not consider as abuse. Started seeing it as abuse. So that was where the issue began from. Because that day, I don't even have the voice. I told myself that this man, because of what you did to me, that was what pushed me into advocating for women and girls' rights. I dive into it because of my experience, because of what happened to me.
You didn't want other girls to go through what you have been through, which is a very noble thing to do.
There were several things this man did to me that I probably, if I check my diary, my story, that is when I will start remembering. It hurt me.
I know that you've been through a lot, and if you want to go through it, you might probably not leave here. But I want to ask Joy that we'll come back to Daniel. We'll talk about Daniel some more. Right now, where are you? I mean, mentally, psychologically, and what do you want? Because I'm very glad that now you're using your voice to speak up about this terrible, traumatic experience that you're going through. For me, I'm just asking you what you want. Me, I want Daniel to be prosecuted if I can get his address today. Because who knows how many more children he's still sexually abusing right now. So I don't think that kind of person should be out on the street anywhere. But I'm going to ask you, number one, where are you? Number two, what do you want? What does justice mean to you?
I could be going out there to educate young girls about sexual violence, domestic violence, leadership, self-esteem, because these are all these things I passed through. I can be going out there to talk about it. And before you can heal, it means that the person who did it acknowledged that he did it.
Yeah.
Even though but right now he denied that he didn't. He denied that he didn't. And even other girls that were abused, they don't even have the boldness of. But it's not because of me, because of what I am into. I don't think I will have this level of boldness to speak about it. If I'm teaching girls out there to speak about the experience, then what about me that I've not been able to speak about my experience? So I just promised myself when I was documenting my story last year, this year, that any day they find a copy, they read a copy of my story, any of my family members read a copy of my story online, I definitely, no family member will say that their teenager attempted suicide. They read a story that their own teenager was raped. You read that kind of story out there, and you don't want to revisit that kind of case. So the first person that got that attention was my elder brother. That was in October. When I made my announcement about the .org, then she read a part of it that the person who did this to me when I was, he became very big, he became very angry. My brother was like, "Hey, don't worry. Whenever you're back to Nigeria, don't worry. We're going to fix meetings. We're going to talk about it." Then he asked me, "Who did this to you? Why am I not mentioning the man, the other person's name? Why am I mentioning your own name? Why has your name always been in my mouth for the past 8 years? Why?" So I said, I'm going to revisit my case again. And this time around that I'm going to revisit your case, the only thing that is going to give me peace is to expose you.
Good. I support.
is to expose you. That's the only thing that will give me, that's going to give me peace.
2016, 2018, it's about 8 years,
Yes.
9 years.
9 years.
I mean, in the law, they may say that there's a time limit, but the thing is that it is when we wake up that it's morning. This is the time that you have decided to speak up about your story.
And the point is, I spoke up in 2017 about assault. This man assaulted me. What was done? You see, poverty is not a good thing. Mental poverty is not a good thing. And what I would, any program I go to, any of my, I will keep telling girl, please be enlightened, be empowered, have your own money. Money ends. It ends nonsense. Someone told me, he insulted my father, call my father a poor man. If I were to be a rich man's daughter, by now I'll be behind the bars.
You will be behind the bars.
Even if I'm not a rich man's daughter, then if then there were people to believe me, to believe what I was saying, and because he has this social status to some extent, you know, they
took his word over yours.
I pursued law so as to come back for him, but I couldn't get it. I said, if I can't get law, I'll pursue human rights. I will pursue human rights rather. So, for me, where I am currently, I am still finding my healing, because the injury just scratched up again. And when the injury scratched up again, that my family are just getting to know about it. Insults. You want to use it to make name for yourself.
Wait, insulting who?
Me.
Why? You are the victim. Why are you the one being insulted?
I want to use it to make name for myself.
Your story.
My story. I want to use it to
your
make
rape
name.
story.
Yeah, it's rape story. For a name that I've been made before, I want to use it to make name for myself. So many series of
that's terrible.
Of guilty questions, guilty talks.
Yeah, they're tripping you.
I have heard.
And victim blaming you.
In fact, I was told that after when you spoke about the issue, what will you gain? Leave the battle for God to fight. I said,
and that's re-traumatizing for a victim. People who do not want you to share your story and tell you to leave it to God, where the perpetrator, the abuser is out there.
He's walking freely.
Probably even abusing other children.
And I'm very sure that my own kids, I don't know why it's I don't know where I'm getting the energy from to speak this time around. I don't even know. I don't know. I don't know, because that was end of November when the case started coming on board. I hired blogs. Say, please, just put his face out there. Let him come and explain himself so that I can know that the child he abused then have a voice now.
That is a wonderful thing.
So it was called out on a very popular media blog in Kwara State. And the whole church member were like, what did you do? What the family? And I looked for his wife on LinkedIn and exposed him to his wife. His wife is not in Nigeria, in the US. My target is him. I don't want the innocent individuals who have picked me up to be affected. I don't want to cause them pain. Daniel is my target, and I will go after him. See, you can't stop anybody that is ready to speak. See, when someone says I want to speak, nobody can stop the person.
They just have to hear you.
Because you have gone to US, you have got some awards, you got some recognition, and you're not a graduate, you're not a human rights activist. Then I was not having the sword, but now I have the sword now. I was not having the sword.
And I'm just glad that the beautiful thing, something beautiful came out of all these ugly incidents. The fact that this now woke you up to start advocating for other women and girls who are in similar abuse situations, started telling your story. And it's helped you even to gain international recognition, which I know that you've just started. I mean, the other day you were calling me about the poor, 9-year-old girl who was raped all the way in Abuja, and we were 4-year-old, right? 4-year-old girl who was raped in Abuja, and we were running around trying to, get resources to help rescue the girl. And that's something so wonderful about this. And I know that that's the reason why you won't stop.
I won't stop.
And I know that that's the reason why we will hold your hand all the way. I mean, you just have to give the word for us to say, you know what, tomorrow we want to go to court. We want to, from the station, start all over again.
What I have made moves already. Some people read my story online and they were like, no, I was a very small girl. I'm a very small girl. So, and sometimes you think people don't see what you do. People are seeing you. See, people are seeing you. So there were some individuals, I won't be mentioning their name, that have called me. Because the man said, I will sue you for defamation of character.
Oh, let him do that.
So the case,
let's start from there.
The case happened within Ogun State. And everyone was telling me that he wants to sue you. He wants to sue you. Because, okay. So the point is, he will be invited tomorrow, which is 29th of December. I don't know when this story will be shared. He will be invited tomorrow.
Where? To
my mother's church. They just want him to come and explain himself. My own last resolution is to expose him.
He's going to deny.
Let him deny.
I wish he was going to be at a police station. Let him come and give his statement. Let's hear it. Let's have it on paper. Let them say, okay, you know what, we want prosecution. Let the court be the one to decide that, you know what, there's time limits and all that. I wish you start from there. Because honestly, sharing your story, even telling those other girls, might have even helped to, save other girls.
And Lolade, there has been strategies on ground. I will deal with him in such a way that his track record will help. See, before a complainant comes out to say something, they will listen to the complainant first. Mm-hmm. Before you will clear the head that I did not do it. The media everything would have gone up already. He should come tomorrow. Let him come and speak. Because if I want to start the court process, innocent people can be charged for negligence. They can be charged for that.
And that's the point to say
negligence and conspiracy.
When a survivor speaks up, always believe them. When a child says that I'm not comfortable with this thing, I am not okay with this, let's believe them. Let's support them. Let's encourage them to be able to speak up. It's important that children are able to express themselves freely, wherever they find themselves. Before you say your last words on this, I'm going to read you a poem because I asked you the other time and to say, where are you right now? And I didn't even need to ask because, in the middle of sharing your story, you even broke down. And I know that mentally you're not at the place of healing. But I'm glad that you have the strength even to be able to, to some extent, speak up about this, share this, which I know that is traumatic it's therapeutic on its own, you speaking up. So I'm going to read you a poem titled Ugly is the Color of Violence, and I hope that it speaks to you. Okay, it says, this poem is a poem of color. The purple bruise of a black eye colors the soul crimson hot and blurs hope till a neutral ash. Ugly is the color of violence, the indescribable hue of a blend of bland emotions. Okay? And that's why I tie an apron of aid today, to add layers of tenderness to your canvas while listening to your story. I brush the defects from the beautiful imperfection that you are, pausing to carefully combine the colors reflected in your eyes as your tears drop. Red, for the wounds you sustained in the battle. Orange, that speaks of the warmth you emanate. Yellow, for the sunlight in your sad smiles. Green, not with envy but growth. Blue, serene blue, the representative of freedom. Indigo, in the golden rays of the sun refracted over your portrait now. And violet, saying, violate me not with violence. And that's how I know that rainbow is the color of a survivor. Because you have forged through all shades. You have been forged through all shades and emerged as perfection. A work of art. Oshumari. That's rainbow. I'm going to give you a hug right now.
Thank you so much.
To say sorry for all that you've been through.
Thank you, Mom.
And to say that I hope that henceforth you be in a good place.
Thank you, Mom.
And you get some form of trauma healing. And you get justice. And we bring down Daniel.
Thank you, Mom.
And we drink a toast
on
the day that we bring down Daniel.
Yeah.
Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Mom.
Thank you so much. And keep doing keep using your voice to speak up against abuse. Keep rescuing little girls. You are a hope, and I hope that you continue to grow. Thank you, your organization, which is called Resilience Girls Initiative, you are the definition of resilience, and I'm so glad about that.
Thank you, Ra.
Thank you for coming, Joy.
Thank you,
and I hope the next time you're on the DOHS podcast, we're going to be gisting about how we brought down
I brought him down.
Yeah.
He asked to pay.
Yeah.
He's looking at me as that small girl. He was able to shout. He was able to intimidate. He was able to oppress. And irrespective of the guilty questions and what they are saying to me, say I want to use it to make a name for myself. It's fine.
Yeah, I mean, it's your story to share. If you use it to make a name, it's still your story. You're entitled to your story.
It's a beautiful thing. Every great person has a story to tell, and I'm glad every great person, from Lara Sokuti, who fought for Nigerian women. Yes, she's a woman of icon. In fact, she was sent to prison. So even though I will go to prison just for telling my story,
you wouldn't even go to prison. The abuser that will go to prison.
I know, in case of injustice.
No, it's not happening.
I'm not scared to say anything.
I mean, DOHS is always there for you, and we're glad.
You so much,
Thank you for coming to DOHS Foundation. We want to give you a gift for coming to the DOHS Cares Foundation. Along with that poem, we hope that you continue to heal and that you continue to grow. And that with this story, please, people out there, parents especially, please listen to your kid. Take them out of abuse situations. Guardians, you have a responsibility to that child to ensure that they are not abused in any way. So thank you.
Thank you so
for
much
coming. This is Team DOHS Cares Foundation. So when you are drinking your mug, let's think about justice. Let's think about the girls that we are helping.
Thank you so
much. Thank you.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Bye. We'll see you some other time.